Hey Bill, Citizen Patriot. You know, for a while now I've been watching your videos, and time after time after time I see you attack parents. And I have to tell you, I'm getting a little fed up with it. You can't stop and blame parents every single time that something happens to a child. It's the continuing order of things. First of all, let's touch off on your idea about natural selection and biology. The natural selection in the order of things is the strongest will prevail. Now, the biology of it says the weak shall plunder. Without the advent of modern medicine, there'd be a lot more dead people. There'd be fewer elderly people. Most of our congressmen and senators would all be dead, just given their age. Now, crap. You know, I don't. I want to stay out of the drama of things, but I'm sick of you attacking parents over and over again. It becomes repetitively dull. If you stop and think about it, how much influence does a parent really have while a child is attending classes or is in school? I've put down rules for my children concerning video games, concerning movies, concerning ratings of movies, concerning what they can watch, concerning what they can't watch. And whatever I take away from them, it doesn't matter because they can turn around and go to their friend's house, and those parents have fewer moral value. Now, I can't attack those parents because they've made choices for their children, which includes some video games and some movies that I would not want my children to watch in the first place. And when I watch them, I'm insulted or assaulted with things that I don't think small children should have to watch or be involved in. Now, you want to talk about schoolyard rules and bathroom cameras, bathroom monitoring. Bathroom monitoring is a very, very bad idea. We have enough problems in this society without something like a bathroom camera monitoring what goes on in these bathrooms. And when you're talking about a girl who convinced a young boy that he should kill himself, when a parent tries to reach a child sometimes, the child doesn't want to display anything, and that's called schoolyard rules. And the schoolyard rules have always been there. Don't be a snitch. Don't pick fights. Bullies are bullies. Give them your lunch money. And they're always older. They're always bigger. They're always meaner. And you can't always stop these things. But what you can do is you can display to your children how to deal with it emotionally. And this is biology versus intellect, and being able to talk to your children and reach your children and discuss things with your children. I'm going to leave a video of another young man that has some real emotional issues, because when you look at it, you look in the news and you see the state of California and marriage. Let's talk about that. The state of Iowa and gay marriage. And then you look at a young man who talks about and attacks another child strictly on an emotional level about how he feels, and then calls him names. Like I said, I'm going to leave the video over here so you can find it. You want to attack someone? This is the type of child and other people online who want to attack other children. Now, it goes on in the classroom, it goes on in the school, it goes on at church, it goes on in the news, this constant barrage of inundation. And then you turn around and you see congressmen and senators who say one thing and then do another. And we're going to talk about the boy page system and the congressman who was caught in the restrooms attempting to philander sex. This is the double standard of our society. And the fact of the matter is the double standard will never stop. As long as there's haters, there will always be relators. And you can't stop it, and I can't stop it. But the reason I'm making this video is I'm sick of watching you time and time again just attack parents. I'm a parent myself. I talk with my kids. I talk with my kids frequently. I try to touch base with them on what they're doing in school. Just recently, my son's recent history of always getting detention time and time and time again is as a result of having flatulence. My son passes a little gas in class, and suddenly he gets detention. Now, attempting to explain to a weak-minded principal that this is a bodily function and that it's unhealthy for him to hold that in, and that attempting to excuse himself, well, it got him detention. I explained to the principal, and so did my wife, that if this child, my child, has to fart, he's going to fart. And if I have to hire an attorney to sue the school, to sue the high school, to get him to be able to pass gas whenever he wants to, because they're already four square. He removed himself to the bathroom at one point to relieve himself, which made him tardy for class, and that got him a detention. He will never get another detention. So if we have to bring in a string of physicians to bury this school and mire them in legal fees, so be it. I don't care. But when you want to stop and talk about parents, first of all, parents have to talk to their kids. But if the kids aren't talking to the parents, you can't reach them. Sometimes kids have emotional baggage that bothers them. Now, as far as parenting is concerned, I can do what I can to reach them. And, you know, the emotional baggage that kids carry, sometimes they just want to bury those things deep down inside. And again, it comes back to biology versus intellect. You want to talk about bullies? Let's talk about Columbine. Here were a handful of kids who, or a couple of kids, who were being picked on and bullied on a daily basis. Now, I'm not condoning that in any way, shape, or form. So in their intellect, they found it justifiable that they save a society from this type of human garbage that would pick on them daily by cleansing the earth of their existence. But it doesn't stop there. Either money or physicality or whatever you think puts you above someone else is where you are. Now, in my life, I try to reach people daily, and the question is, did this young man try to reach out? Was anyone paying attention at all, or did he just try to bury it and then became so emotionally deprived that he felt like his only option was to commit suicide? Now, you know, the stereotype thing, you can't stop that. As long as it's in the news, and as long as it's in society, and as long as there's double standards, churches, television, daily life, and yes, parents can sometimes have a bit of an effect on this. Is there a chance that anyone else might hear this or see this and be able to try to correct a situation as it unfolds? Rarely does that happen. But when it does happen, giving a young man or a young lady good information and a good ability, societally, I've tried to help. I've reached out to other people that I've worked with or that I've known or that just sought someone to stop and listen to them and hear what they had to say. That's where I'm at. But Bill, I think in a lot of instances, I think you need to lay off parents, because when you hear about this young girl, the first thing you did, you went to the parents. You blamed the parents for what they did. And when you heard about the little girl in the suitcase, you blamed the parents. You went straight to the parents, and the parents were flabbergasted. You know, they had no idea any of this was going on. And time and time and time again, it becomes repetitively true that you know, you're wrong, Bill. You're wrong. There's no doubt about it, because it becomes evident that not everywhere in society is someone pushing for something else. But most of us are trying to help. There's that handful. But if you want to look to compromise, we're a compromised nation on the whole, and it needs to begin in each and every one of us. So quit attacking the individuals and start looking to everyone. It's a bigger task than you can assume, but it's all of our responsibility. Bill, I like a lot of your videos. I think your rage and your passion are true and real. You speak from your center, but I think you need to stop and look at who else might be involved in some of these things. I'll talk to you later, America. I'll be right back, but I'm going to leave the link for this young man off to the side, little hater. And yeah, you could probably look to the parents for this, and society, and information, and news, and probably the weather. But yeah, I'll talk to you later.